In this video, I would like to show you how to list your KDP interiors on Etsy. I think most of you already know Etsy. Etsy is a huge marketplace for anything handmade. These could actually be physical products, but these can also be a digital product. So for instance, our KDP interiors. There are already lots of people that sell KDP interiors on here. Many of them do it very, very successfully. And what I want to do with you in this chapter is I just want to show you how to, first of all, create such a shop and then how to list your item there. So the first thing, of course, that you got to do is you got to set up your Etsy account. As soon as you've done that, you want to click up here on this button and it says right here, Shop Manager. As soon as you have done that, you will end up right here. And the first thing that you have to do is you have to set up your shop preferences. So for instance, in my case, I have as the shop language German, which is of course my native language. But in your case, you have to click right here and you have to basically then set the language that you want your shop to be in. In my case, again, German. In your case, for instance, that could be English or Spanish or another language. Then down below, we can add the shop country. So where exactly is the shop located? This is especially important when it later comes to, let's say, like tax laws and so on. So make sure that you really put in the, let's say, the country that your shop is really in. And then of course we have the shop currency down here, which is in my case euro, in your case maybe US dollar. Then down below, which of these best describes you. So what exactly am I doing? Am I selling full-time? Am I a part-time seller? Or do I just sell part-time and I don't want to be a full-time seller? Or is it something else? In my case, of course, I'm a full-time seller. Then afterwards I click right here on save and continue. Then I can set a name for my shop, which in my case is just going to be my own name. Then I click again on save and continue, and now I can stock my shop. And this is exactly what you need to do. So first of all, click right here on add a listing, and as soon as you've done that, you can first of all add a photo. Now these photos actually, we're going to create them in the next video. We're going to actually set up our own KDP interior cover photo, which we can include right here. So what I would do is I would include some samples or some photos, let's say, of the KDP interior. It doesn't necessarily have to be a photo of the actual book where the KDP interior could be in, but rather just, you know, an animated design, and we're going to create one together in Canva. Then down below, if you want, you can actually add a video, and of course it will sell better your product if you add a video. So for instance, if you print out, let's say, your KDP interior, or perhaps even animate it in a book, and people can then see how it will look like in a book, of course that will make a great impression, but you don't necessarily need to do that. If you can add a video, or if you want to add a video, this could actually be you talking about the interior and showing perhaps a notebook or something like that, or what the product can be used for, then of course you will actually generate more sales. This is at least what I've discovered over the last couple of months. But again, you don't necessarily have to add a video, it's optional. Then down below, we can set the title for our listing. So for instance, that could be a diet journal KDP interior, let's say 6x9 bleed design, 120 pages for Amazon KDP. It can actually be a very long listing name because I want to include a lot of keywords into the title so that a lot of people will actually find that interior or will find that listing. Then down below we can basically say more about the listing, like who made it. For instance, I did in that case. What is it? In my case, it's a finished product. Then when did you make it? Well, basically, 2020 to 2021. And then the category can, for instance, be, let's say, KDP interior. So I would just type in KDP, and then it already gives me lots of different kinds of niches that I could use. So for instance, KDP interior and templates, KDP interior and templates, invitations and announcements, design and templates, journals and notebooks. In my case, of course, I'm going to click up here on journals and notebooks, and then I can scroll down, and right here I can add a primary color. In my case, the primary color is of course white because it has a white background. Then the secondary color could be black because the writing is black. And then we have the occasion, and there's no proper occasion here, so we don't have to put anything in here. Then when it comes to the holiday, we don't need to put anything in here in any way. Or, you know, in some situations, actually, we want to add some information like Christmas or Halloween or something like that, if that KDP interior has a specific theme. So for instance, the theme is, let's say, Halloween or Christmas or something like that. Then down below, we have renewal options. So this is actually when things, you know, can be ordered multiple times, or when they renew. We don't necessarily need to do that in our case. What kind of product is that product? Well, of course, it's a digital product. So we click right here on digital, and then we can add a description. And this is actually important. I would recommend you to take some of the description from the actual book that you sold with that KDP interior. And in that description, you probably wrote about what this KDP interior can be used for. And I would actually use this description, put it in here, and make it as descriptive as possible. So include a lot of keywords, because again, it will actually be found then more easily. And of course, also it will be found more easily, not just on, let's say, search engines like Google, but also here on Etsy. And then down below, you can add a so-called shopping cart summary. It says right here, the law requires that the main features of an item are displayed to shoppers to ensure they understand what they're about to purchase. So for instance, it could be, description, let's say like KDP interior, 6x9 bleed design. And then we can add some more information, let's say 6x9 bleed design, and maybe, what else should we do? 120 pages ready to upload. And then maybe the file formats could be .eps, could be .ai, could be .pptx, and then maybe another one like let's say PNG, and then we're good to go. Then down below, we can add a production partner. In our case, we don't need to add a production partner. This is only relevant if you have physical products. Then down below, we have a section that says right here, group related listings into sections to help shoppers browse. So for instance, we could actually add a section if we want to and just call this KDP interiors. And as soon as we've done that, as soon as we've added that, we can actually then later on add more KDP interiors to the section. Then down below, do we have to add any kind of tags or materials? I would add a couple of tags. So something like, let's say KDP interior, then comma, and then even more tags. So just add a couple of tags here. I think that makes sense. But concerning materials, you don't need to add anything. And then we can add the price. I would actually price it at around $3.99 or a bit cheaper, like $2.99. Then the quantity is, of course, unlimited. So in my case, I'm going to go with, a very high number, let's say. In this case, the maximum is 999. So that's right here for greater quantities. For quantities greater than one, this listing will renew automatically until it sells out. You will be charged a 20 cents USD listing fee each time, but only, of course, when people actually purchase the product. So then down below, we got the SKU. So it says right here, SKUs are for your use only. Buyers won't see them. This is just simply a term, let's say, that you can use, but I don't want to add anything right here. Then the personalization, can people actually request things being personalized? Of course, when they want, they can. And then down below, we can add the digital files. So the KDP interior, just click right here on upload files, and then you can upload it to the listing right away. As soon as you've done with that, just click down here on save and continue. And then you'll be led to the next point where you will have to basically set up your billing information, and then you will get paid every single time someone purchases your interior. All right, that was it now here for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope we can see each other in the next one.